he was not on his game, but he still impacts the game so dramatically. I mean, they're doubling him all over the floor. And once we settled down after the first half, kind of opening night jitters, and we just started making the simple play, we were in great shape because, they were reacting to stuff. He'd kick it, ball started to move. We had 30 assists, and I think only 5 turnovers in the second half. So we just settled down. The first half we were scattered, and it just felt like opening night. Everybody was a little too on edge, but it was a really good second half for us.
Guys, I think we're like plus 10 to start the fourth without him, something like that. How big was that stretch, and how much you like that group that you put out?
Yeah, I mean, we got vets coming off the bench who just know how to play, know how to win. Guys like Otto and Belly, Andre. Damian Lee was fantastic tonight. And, when Steph's on the bench and Jordan is out there making plays, we're able to spread the floor and get the ball moving. And that group plays really well together. So a lot of fun to watch.
Steve, to follow up on that, obviously it's just one game, but so often when Steph came off the floor last year, everybody struggled to get this kind of win in the second half. When he's playing like this, what does it do for the early confidence of the team?
Yeah, I think we were building confidence in the preseason. And, obviously we go 5-0 in the preseason, and then all that goes out the window because records don't matter. But we felt in the preseason, I've been telling you guys, for a couple of weeks now, I really like this team, but you still have to go out and prove it. And I think when you go out there for the first time every year, opening night, there's just some nerves, and you got to get over that hump. First half, I did not recognize the team I was watching. They were not the team that I've watched the last 3 weeks in camp. Second half, that's who we are. Floor spacing, ball movement, hitting singles, nothing crazy, solid defense. So really good win.
When they are swarming stuff like they did, how useful is what Beatles does?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with Belly is he's much more than just a shooter. I think he's always been known as a pick and pop 5, but he had 4 assists. I mean, when he gets the ball in space and people run at him, we've seen it throughout camp. I mean, he can pump fake, put it on the floor, and find people. Great passer, just a really good basketball player. And he's mentioned to our staff several times how much he's enjoying playing with our team because he gets to just play the game, and he's not kind of pigeonholed as a specialist. He gets to just play the whole game, and I think that's kind of who our team has always been. That's why guys with good feel have always been a great fit with us. And he's absolutely a great fit.
Hey, Steve, it's one game, but the following up on all these things that you're talking about, how much do you sense the strength in numbers being a part of this year's identity as it was in other seasons?
I mentioned it to the group the other day. It just feels like 5-6 years ago when we just had guys up and down the roster who could play. We've got guys who are injured who can play, so I think we're really deep. You think about, Clay and James coming back at some point. We played all 12 guys. Gary played 7 seconds, made a steal, and made a great play. He's going to make an impact on our team. So the whole key when you have that situation is everybody's got to just commit and understand, tonight might be one guy's night, and tomorrow might be somebody else's. And as long as everyone commits and is all in, then we got a chance to really be good.
Jordan was one of those guys who looked like a different player in the first half. Second half, he found his rhythm. It seemed to be a big boost for you guys. Is that going to be a wild ride? The Jordan Poole figuring out how to do this thing?
Yeah, it's still going to be a little bit of a roller coaster with Jordan. But the great thing is he's earned his confidence. And, opening night, national TV, the only game going, everybody's watching, and he makes some huge shots in the second half to get us started. And, that's what we know he can do. Now we've got to continue to work with him on, not letting Avery Bradley back cut him, for a three and, plays like that. And he knows it. But I'm going to stay on him and I'm going to keep mentioning those plays to you guys so that he can read it too. And because that's what separates a championship type player from the guy who scores a lot of points. And that's what it's going to take for him. He's got to lock in on the other end. But just really happy for him, how well he's playing, how confident he is. And as I said, he's earned it. He's worked really, really hard.
Was that a right angle tweet for him?
I'm not sure.
For you, I mean, you had to call timeout a couple times.
Yeah. But I think it was an ankle, but I don't know if it was left or right.
Okay.
What did you see tonight about how you matched up with the Lakers bigs, particularly with you guys with some of your smaller sets?
Well, the first half, we struggled with their size because we didn't move the ball. There were countless plays where we were trying to attack the rim. And, the way to counteract size is with ball movement. And that's what we finally settled into the second half when we got some easy shots. But first half, we did not handle their size well. I thought they defended really well. The Lakers did, but we didn't force them to make an extra rotation. The ball didn't move very well in the first half. As far as our defense, there were a few transition mistakes, but for the most part, we held them to 19 free throws. It's a huge goal of ours this year. We were last in the league, I think, last year in free throws allowed per game. And against a big, strong team like that, to keep them to 19 free throws is a big deal.
See Juan matched up against AD there on defense.
I'm sorry?
Was Juan matched up against AD?
Juan was matched up against AD, yeah.
What matchup you like?
It's a tough matchup. Obviously, AD's got a huge size advantage on him. And there's going to be times where we have to make decisions on, do we want to stay big and have less spacing and playmaking, or do we want to go smaller and be able to spread the floor and make plays? And those are decisions we're going to have to make every game.
Were you saving that kind of super small lineup for like the right moment?
Say that again?
Were you saving that super small lineup? I think it was Draymond and Juan as the bigs, keepers.
Yeah, I mean, it's still so early in the year that we haven't settled into a rotation. I think we'll figure it out over the next couple of weeks, but we're still going to look at a lot of rotations. We wanted to put Juan and Draymond together because they were great together last year and they know how to play together. And the ball moves when they're out there together. There's a lot of great action offensively. So I have great confidence in Juan and Draymond and that pairing.
Was that third quarter zone defense based on kind of the Lakers personnel on the floor, or is that something you kind of want to?
We've been working on zone, and always something in our arsenal just to try to throw a curveball at somebody. And I think we ran it for 4 or 5 possessions, and I think they scored on the final possession. Bazemore made a 3, and then we abandoned it. But it was a good 5 possession stretch.
Part of the audience, but you guys don't see each other again until February 12th. How dramatically different do you think both teams will be when you do play?
Yeah, I mean, it's the first 6 weeks or so. Both teams will be just finding themselves. So I'm sure it'll look very different in February. But good way for us to start, and we're excited. As I've mentioned a few times, we're excited about the year.
The guys seem to take the belly. Is that an accurate assessment? They seem to really like Belly.
Belly, the guys.
Who like the guys? Yeah, guys love playing with him. Yeah.
They just look super excited when he did something well.
Yeah. He made a bunch of really good passes, and ball moves when he's out there and he spaces the floor. He forces the defense to react. So he's a fun guy to play with. Thanks.
Thanks, Coach. We get just one on. Let's do Zoom quick here. Kareth, go ahead.
Thank you. After the game, Steph told Allie LaForce he thought he played like trash. He used the word trash, and this is on a night where he had a triple-double. What do you know about Steph that can indicate how he measures what a good performance is?
Well, he's one of the great players of all time. So, the turnovers that he had in the first half and shooting 5 for 21, it wasn't a great game for him. I would not use that phrase that he used, but Steph's a competitor, and he's just happy we won, despite the fact that he wasn't on top of his game. But we know the drill. We know Steph well. He's going to bounce back quickly, and as we talked about earlier, when we can win a game when he's off, that's a great sign.
One last one, Carlos, go ahead.
Hi, Coach Carlos Ramirez, NBC Sports Bay Area and Telemundo. You talked a lot last year about the fouls and rebounding, and you said in your interview early in the game, what was the biggest adjustment you saw from your team committing less fouls and winning the rebound battle in the second half?
We've just emphasized it throughout camp and worked on it in our drills, and the guys did a great job. I thought it was a real team effort on the glass. We had everybody boxing out, despite the size disadvantage we were facing. Everybody, I guess because of that, was really aware that they all had to help out. So I thought Andrew Wiggins had a really good game on the glass, made some big plays for us, knocked down probably the shot of the game. I thought that three was kind of the backbreaker. And so Wiggs was great, but I thought the whole team really came through on the glass and avoiding fouling.